Star Command. This is the Vienna Vixens reporting for a new episode. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm Kayse.
I'm Ryan.
And as he said, we are the Vienna Vixens.
Here for episode number 2.
Official episode number 2. Movie number 99, Toy Story. We decided we're going to structure the videos a little bit differently now. Ben-Hur was kind of a hot mess, but in a good way, I guess.
The best of hot messes.
So we have some questions that we're probably going to go through and answer, and then it'll lead to some general discussion. So here we go.
I thought you were going to say genital warts for some reason. I liked all of the humor in the movie. There's a lot that is like more for adults that you kind of don't catch when you watch it when you're little. Son of a building block is hysterical, but it's also amazing.
My personal favorite toy pun was when Bo Peep is flirting with Woody and then she goes, "I'm just a couple of blocks away."
But like actual, like...
But building blocks, like little letter blocks.
Basically, the best humor came from the building blocks. I think they were really the stars of the movie.
And that's the first 10 seconds of the movie, so it peaked early. My favorite part is horny Mr. Potato Head. I never realized how horny he was.
His like entire introduction was based on how he needs a companion.
He keeps asking Buzz for like dating advice. How do Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head do it? Do you think they have penis attachments?
Stop, because I just keep thinking about like the flap in the back.
Wait, so it's like Mrs. Potato Head has a strap on.
Ew! I think they make adult potato heads. They have to.
We're gonna Google it later.
Research.
Things that confused us or that we had further concerns or questions about.
The army men are professionals, right? Does that mean that there are little green army men that aren't professionals and have to like go to an army academy to become professionals?
Our biggest concern of the whole movie, possibly, how did Sid get such high-grade explosives just in his backyard? And
like the first time you see him, he has dynamite on
a toy.
What was it, Cadet Cody? I think I'm thinking of Cadet Kelly. But there was I noticed it and I looked it up in the scene when Woody is trapped under the milk crate.
TM 31210.
But I looked up what it was, and it is a book on how to make like explosives and grenades and stuff.
It's a military.
Mm-hmm. Like
it's a military
it's not like you can go to Barnes and Noble and get it. It's
not only does Sid have access to high-level explosives, but he has access to government manuals about homemade weapons. Sid's parents clearly don't care about him at all because, one, the kid's eating Pop-Tarts all the time, and she's like...
They only reference it once.
No, I know, but you just know that it's like, Sid, your Pop-Tarts are ready. You know that's... He's like, oh boy, that's all he eats. The kid wakes up in the morning to blow Buzz up in the same clothes he went to sleep in, face down, ass up, where are his parents telling him to put pajamas on and to get ready for bed and to tuck him in? Nowhere.
Neglect.
They don't care. That's neglect, and I feel bad for Sid a little bit.
We also wondered about, I brought this up, the Magic 8 Ball. Is that like an alive toy?
Why is the Magic 8 Ball just the only toy that isn't alive?
Once you see Toy Story 2, spoiler alert, and you find Squeaky on that top shelf, you know he's sitting there the entire first movie.
Have you seen it? Wheezy.
Wheezy! Who the fuck is Squeaky?
You said it.
Wheezy is just sitting up on that top shelf, all movie, watching everything happen, and he can't call for help. It's very sad.
I think my favorite character is probably Rex.
That's what I was just thinking was Rex. He's
Rex
hysterical.
He's just kind of like, I don't know. It's something
he's
about T-Rexes.
Awkward and great.
Yeah. And he's got little arms. And it's funny.
Little arms.
Spoiler alert for Toy Story 3. We find out in that movie that Sid becomes the garbage man. But they never tell us what happens to his sister Hannah. So
we would really like to know. Kayse has a theory.
I have a theory. She becomes a stripper. First of all, she's dealing with her brother all the time who's like bullying her and like she's not good enough. Her toys aren't good enough. So she grows up feeling the need to get approval from all the male figures in her life, and she clearly is used to it.
She knows no difference.
So she knows no different.
My favorite, well, I don't think it was my favorite part, but it really made me like approve of Andy's mom was when they go to Pizza Planet and she is by herself with a crying 2-year-old in the stroller and Andy running around like the rambunctious 8 or 9-year-old that he is. Single mom doing that.
Mom.
Kudos, single moms.
I think it's also important that we point out some like little nice Easter eggs. In Sid's house, the carpeting in his hallway is the Stanley Kubrick Shining carpet, which Ryan pointed out.
Andy has a Mickey Mouse
wristwatch, giant wristwatch
hanging
clock
on his wall.
Yep. Dynaco that pops up in
it's the gas station
Cars.
before they go to Pizza Planet.
And there's a Mike Wazowski doll in the back of their van.
There was a moment when we saw Andy, and he looked exactly like Sid. So what if Sid and Andy have the same dad? When I Googled it, there was some strange Sid-Andy, like, sexual fanfic.
Ew, guys.
Which was terrifying and fucked up.
Y'all nasty. Y'all need to stop.
Mm-hmm. I should have known it was rated NC-17.
Oh, God.
Only 20.
I'm Mrs. Nesbit. Sucking down Darjeeling with Marie Antoinette and her little sister.
Comment, rate, subscribe.